welcome back. So, if you're new here, welcome for the first time, and if you're not, welcome back. So, I'm going to be going through Nasdaq, S&P, and Dow Jones. Starting off, monthly time frame, Nasdaq. What did we have? I said maybe a couple of weeks ago that if we wanted to see Nasdaq trade higher, we want to tap into this monthly imbalance. Took very nice trades in this month on January because the print was very predictable. That was our high time frame bias. Uh, yeah, during the month of January, these candles were very nice, these two. Anyways, that's none of our business. What happened here? We saw a sweep, all-time high. Post all-time high sweep, we saw a high time frame confirmation. I know I've said this before, but today's a new day and it's a new week, so I'm going to go through this one more time. And we saw this imbalance. So our bias has always been sells, okay? We've always been saying that we want to sell. Now, I was looking at the last week's candle to trade into here and then continue expanding, but it didn't, and it formed this imbalance. So, what I'm looking at is I want next week's candle. I'm looking for next week's candle to trade into here before expanding lower if it wants to. We have tons of news on actually every day of next week, and I reckon news is gonna manipulate into this and then expand, and these are both premium arrays, so it could tap into this imbalance or this one and then expand lower. Over here we have a weekly order block, so that's just even more confluence on the far premium side, right? So if we take the range, this is just the overall range. Yeah, let's see if we take the OTE price tap into here, and this was a daily imbalance. Yeah. Anyways, we don't care about that. So what I'm looking at, bias is still sells. I'm looking for price to tap into here or here. Okay? Very simple. Same thing on SPY. Let's look at SPY. Oh, before we move on. Over here we have also previous weekly high. So two arrays that align, obviously, right? So I want to see this swept, this tapped into, then expansion. S&P. And again, imbalance here. This is the high time frame, change in state of delivery / market structure shift. Okay. Weekly order block aligns with this weekly imbalance. All right. Post sweep, high time frame sweep. Okay. Now, I wanted to trade again, same as Nasdaq, into here or up there. We do not take trades without seeing in-session confirmation. All of this doesn't matter if the lower time frames don't align, okay? Now, that's it. This is SPY and Nasdaq, so trade into here before expanding even lower, okay? I'm charting mainly on the weekly because there is way too much noise on the daily. I really don't care what's gonna happen on the daily. I'll tell you what trades I took last week, and yeah. So on the daily, I think mainly due to the fact that there's so much noise and there's so many arrays that it can tap into on the daily, I'm looking more for weekly arrays and just track when price is manipulating and when it wants to expand, and maybe we can see sort of intraday arrays in session, like session highs and lows. Yeah, I think that's mainly my plan, right? and just a classic entry model, or just my entry model actually. I don't have a specific entry model. I'm a very versatile trader, but yeah, I'd like to believe that we can find that I can find entries on any time frame. So, on to Dow. Okay, okay. Not much on the monthly. Just yeah, just literally nothing. No imbalances. No. Let's go down to the weekly. Okay, on the weekly, we have this imbalance that was formed. Okay, we have this MSS and the weekly body candle closed under. So our bias has shifted to sells on Dow Jones. This print was completely and utterly just beautiful. Oh my God, look at this. Okay, if you see over here, an imbalance was formed, and there was daily confirmation. We did have a daily market structure shift over here. Okay, let's take a look at it. Yeah, see? Fucking here. Okay, that was the daily market structure shift. And so this candle tapped and expanded, and it swept previous weekly high. Beautiful, bro. Oh my God. Such a nice print. Such a nice print. Yeah, see, Monday manipulation, expand. Anyways. We have this daily array. Okay, I reckon this is gonna get filled. If Dow wants to continue expanding lower, I'm really looking at this array to get traded into. This one completely filled. Okay. Previous weekly high getting swept. Maybe this order block, okay, getting wicked. So maybe it goes like, it opens a little higher, okay, goes up, wicks here, or just slightly over here, then just continues expanding down. Anyways, overall bias is sells, okay? So since we have a, yeah, so boom, into this imbalance, and then, yeah. I'm looking mainly at weekly arrays. The daily is way too noisy. This is just, doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, so likely gonna look at intraday arrays that align with uh, overall bias, and we'll see how that goes. So in session confirmation, etc. Now, let's take a look at last week's candle. I took one trade last week, which was on Wednesday. Here, let's delete this. Okay, and this, and this. So, Monday's candle formed this gap. Sorry, I meant like Tuesday, Friday, and Monday's candle. They formed this gap. And I was looking, and my bias was overall sells. So I was looking at this imbalance to get traded into in session. And that is what happened. We had news. So it was Wednesday. We had news. Yep. So this is 8 a.m. Okay, this is 12. So New York AM session. I traded this whole leg downwards. You can see it on my Instagram. I actually called it out on Instagram. We had news over here. So let me tell you how the trade was really quickly. I'm not really gonna spoon feed it, but I'll just go over it. So 8:30 a.m. we had a news release. I think it was, I don't know, I don't remember what the news release was, but this was the data high. So I was looking at a data high sweep, okay? It did not end up doing that, but at 9:30 market open over here, it swept pre-session highs, but not data highs, okay? And there was SMT that was formed between SPY and NAS. So SPY swept this, sorry, so NAS swept this, but SPY didn't, okay? I don't have SMT fucking saved, but so I saw SMT, and yeah, so data high wasn't swept, and this was my entry. It was on the 1 minute, okay, and I sold here at this imbalance, and if you take the fib, the OTE, MT of the range aligns with this imbalance. So stops above the highs, my stop was here, and I was targeting, I targeted, hold on, oh, I don't remember what I targeted. Let's see, I think it was here, maybe this, OB, or this imbalance. Let me check real quick. Yeah, so I was targeting, you can see it on my highlights. Ah, fuck. Bro, it's not visible, but 19,374 here. I think it was this imbalance. Right. Yeah. It wicked it, and it continued, wicked again, then swept. Anyways, yeah, so data high didn't get swept, and upon the New York Stock Exchange open, we saw pre-market highs that got swept, and data high didn't get swept. So yeah, just that was a very solid trade. Uh, A126, right? And yeah, that was my trade. Let's see on SPY really quickly. Okay, it was Wednesday. Okay, the hourly. Okay, Wednesday, 8 a.m. 12, go down to the 15 minute. Let's delete this. So, 15 minute. So, news swept this whole like fucking area, okay? And on the 1 minute, so this is data high, okay? And then 9:30 a.m. These are the pre-market highs. So Nasdaq swept this, but SPY didn't. So this was SMT between SPY and Nasdaq, and this was confirmation. This was sells. We had sells over here. Okay, I really wanted to see data high get swept, but you know we didn't get that. But we saw pre-market high sweep, and that was my confirmation. I sold, and it was a very, very big sell. Okay, yeah. Uh, Also, the inner circle group caught some very nice trades on Thursday. Yeah, sweep buy, I reckon. No, it was sells. What the fuck am I saying? Yeah, trade into here. and sold, and then from here, whatever. Anyways, so that's it for this week's analysis. Like I said, we're looking at overall sells. So tap into here. These are the areas we're looking at. Just these two mainly, and previous weekly high. Nasdaq, and again, this imbalance, this previous weekly high. These two, they're an utter premium, but I really like to see price to. I'd really like to see price trade into that because that's just a very strong array. These are, sorry, very strong arrays. Okay, same thing for SPY. Previous weekly high over here. Want to see it get swept. Want to see it tap into this imbalance, then expansion. Or I want to see trade into these arrays and then sell. Overall, I'm looking at sells. Yeah, it depends on news though. It depends on news. We'll see what news gives us. So stay blessed. Um, yeah, manage your risk correctly. Blah 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 blah. You know the drill. Okay, and I'll see you guys next week. I'll plug in my Instagram in my bio so you can see the trade that I took last week. Okay, it's gonna be on my highlights. We'll see. Anyways, stay blessed.